Hello, hello, everyone, and welcome to another great episode of the Gridiron Glory here with Will and Tad. We talk about all things NFL, all 32 teams, as we close out the regular season, with the Washington Commanders, going on the road, getting an exciting victory over the Dallas Cowboys, 23-19. The victory for Washington, it wrapped up, the number six overall seed. They had clinched a playoff spot prior, but this avoids a rematch with the Eagles in the first round. So with the win, they go to 12-5, and they have earned themselves a trip south to face the Tampa Bay Buccaneers in Tampa, Florida. Um, the leading force in this victory was the stellar play of backup quarterback Marcus Mariota, who goes 15 of 18 for 161 yards, two touchdowns for Hawaii's finest quarterback from the Aloha State. Five carries, 56 yards, and a touchdown as well. And that touchdown pass towards the end of the game to Terry McLaurin to give them the lead there. I mean, that was just a beautiful play to see the backup quarterback and star receiver execute there. What was going through your mind, Mr. Wickert, when you saw Marcus Mariota and McLaurin hook up for that play?
I was thinking, man, Terry McLaurin, Tad, I kept telling you all season long that Terry McLaurin is a top 10 wide receiver in the league. And I was just thinking it once again in that moment. A top 10 wide receiver one in the league. Exactly that, like my exact thought.
Yeah, I mean, just an incredible play there. We did see Jaden Daniels for a little bit in this game. Obviously, the starting quarterback, the star rookie out of LSU, the Heisman Trophy winner. He concludes his season going 6 for 12 for 38 yards. And before we go much further into the playoffs, I think it would do us well to look at the season by Jaden Daniels with 3,568 yards, 25 touchdowns, nine interceptions, and that's all the passing stats. And he also was incredible on the ground, rushing for 891 yards and six touchdowns. So just an incredible rookie season. And this is for a team that they've been um, desperate for good quarterback play. They've struggled with that ever since the injuries to RG3, the inconsistency by Kirk Cousins, and since Kirk left, they've had a variety of different starters. Sam Howell, Taylor Heineke. I think Alex Smith gave it a try for a little bit before his health caught up to him. So yeah, just and now they have a guy here in Jaden Daniels that looks poised to be their next franchise quarterback. So should be an exciting time for the Commanders as they move into the playoffs. So that'll be a big opportunity for them. And it'll be an interesting matchup with Tampa Bay to see how that goes. The rookie Jaden Daniels, the veteran Baker Mayfield. That should be a fun one.
Yeah, it should definitely be a fun matchup for sure. Like you said, as you were, mentioning it, Jaden Daniels. But also, can Austin Eckler get healthy too for this upcoming playoff matchup for the Commanders?
Yes.
That's a big
Can
question mark.
Eckler be healthy?
Their star running back Austin Eckler is out as of right now. So
Yeah, the star running back there. Can you get Brian Robinson more involved? Stuff like that. Just a lot of questions there. And obviously, one of the lead rushers is Daniels himself. So we'll see how that goes. Flipping the page and looking at the Dallas Cowboys to finish a disappointing 7-10 season, just two wins at home, and they'll be drafting 12th overall this year. They give the ball to Trey Lance, who this was his first start in quite some time as he goes 20 of 34, 244 yards, no touchdown, no interception for the quarterback out of North Dakota State, the former number three overall pick. So yeah, he's not had a lot of opportunities, and I mean he hadn't obviously had much of a starting chance since 2021, 2022 with the Niners. So really interesting to see him out there again.
Yeah, obviously Trey Lance, like he's one of those, like probably the biggest like what if story ever, because like he gets injured in that first game of the season with the Niners, and it's like, had he not gotten hurt in that first game of the season with the Niners, that a couple seasons ago, 2, 3 seasons ago, it's
Mhm.
you just wonder like what could have been for him. So
Yeah, could
uh,
he have been the quarterback that the 49ers desperately need as they've had some struggles in the quarterback room the past several seasons, as we well know.
well, I wouldn't say the past couple of seasons had, but yeah, probably before that. I would definitely say they have a solid quarterback now, and I mean that contract situation is going to be up in the air. But we're talking about Dallas, and I mean, yeah, just they got plagued with injuries. The
Yeah,
starting quarterback Dak Prescott, can he get healthy, and can Dak come back and be the same player that he was last season? Can Dak play at a high level? There's just so much going on for this Cowboys franchise. But outside of the injuries, it's like I'm putting a lot of this, like just their overall story. We talked about it going into the off season, just how they can't seem to get over that blockade, and I'm blaming like so much of this mediocrity. Like this is mediocrity that these Cowboys
yeah,
fans have to deal with, and I mean, I blame so much of it on like Jerry Jones. I mean, I really put it on. I mean, Jerry Jones is not only the owner, he's also the president and the GM. It's like, come on, dude. Like, I'm putting this on you, guy. Like,
yes,
what
a
is
very
your
involved
plan?
owner.
Like, what are you trying to set your franchise up for? Like
Yeah, I mean,
flashiness? Are you trying to set your franchise up to be a flashy franchise? Or are you actually trying to do what you need to do to win the Lombardi trophy again? Or are you just complacent with your 5 that you've already won? It's like, don't you want to go out there and win at least one more? Don't you owe it to the players? So I'm calling you out, Mr. Jones. Like, what's next? Ultimately, like in the big picture, grand scheme of things, and you got a lot of things to figure out in the off season. And yeah, you got hit with injuries, but like, okay, like, are these your guys for the long term future? You need to ask yourself that, Mr. Jones.
yeah, I mean, definitely a lot of questions there. I think that one thing the Cowboys could look at doing is trying to reestablish their offensive line as one of the best units in the league. I mean, that's when things were going best for them back when they had guys like Zach Martin and that was probably like what 3, 4, 5 years to go. They need to get back to that brand of Cowboys football where they can just run the ball, improve the running back room as well. I mean, Rico Dowdle, he's a solid enough running back, but I mean, I think he'd be better served in an RB2 role.
Yeah, obviously you did have Ezekiel Elliott there at one point, but then you don't do what you need to do to keep him or develop him when you had him. You all. I mean, I'm liking what I'm seeing out of Cavante Turpin. Obviously Cavante Turpin, he's had some very flashy things going for him. The
A
third
good
year
gadget
draft
player.
player out of TCU. Um, I mean, you got solid. I mean, when at full capacity and health, you have one of the best defenses in the league. So it's just really sad to see, despite the injuries, outside of the injuries, it's like, okay, like, what do you need to do to finally get your team to the promised land, Jerry? Or are you just going to keep giving your fans second round and first round exits all the time?
Yeah, definitely a lot of questions there in Cowboys country about the morale of the team, about what they're gonna do moving forward. I mean, like you said, they have some players. It's not like this is a bad roster. It's not a terrible roster. I mean, a few tweaks here and there, like I mentioned earlier, would help them out. But this is a team that should be built to compete. I mean, we both saw this as a competing team.
And I mean, obviously, I know that you would want your men in purple to hoist the Lombardi first before they ever hoisted another one. But still,
Sure.
from their perspective, it's just that is what that is. Like they're a franchise that's done it before, and now their fans have been dealing with not even anything close to that sense. So I just really, my heart's really more out for the old timer Cowboys fans. So yeah, but they still, I don't know. You'll have so many Cowboys fans that'll come here and say, okay, well, it is what it was. Like they're still going to stay loyal to their Cowboys, and you would expect
Sure.
them to. I mean, you want to stay loyal to your team, and I mean, Cowboys fans are probably some of the most loyal fans of football. But it's just, with that being said, they have high expectations, and those expectations just aren't being met.
Yeah, no, not even close. Yeah, they're falling woefully short of the goals they've had. And I mean, like I said, that they'll probably get healthier next year. They'll probably rebound, make the playoffs, maybe even win a first round game. But I mean, I feel like we both know what's gonna come when things get tough and they get in like a difficult spot in the playoffs. I mean, it feels like we both know what's gonna happen. I mean, we've seen the same story so many times.
Since we were kids, yeah. Quite literally. I mean, I've seen this unfold I've been watching your team my whole life, Jerry. Like it's like I'm not this is coming from like a sample size of like 20 plus years of me watching football. Well, maybe not 20 plus. A good amount of Tad and I are seasoned veteran football fans, okay? We are seasoned vets to this. We've seen you, Jerry. We're calling you out. I am at least. I shouldn't speak for Tad, but you
Correct.
see the shirt that he's wearing, and I mean, there may or may not be some personal intercollectional beef between the Vikings and the Cowboys, but
I
yeah,
mean, let's just say, as a Vikings fan, Jerry, I think you're doing a great job, and I think you should just keep doing things the way you're doing things. I mean, the Cowboys franchise, I think the place they're at right now is a perfect spot for them, and that'd be fine if they just stayed there. But on a real note, yeah, I mean, there's obviously some changes that could be made to promote the overall competitiveness of the Dallas Cowboys franchise moving forward.
for the Washington Commanders, though, it's going to be a very fun game that they are going to have in the playoffs against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers on Sunday night.
Yeah, a great breakout season for the Commanders. I mean, neither of us really saw them as being much of a playoff team or even a contending team, and here they go. In 1 year, you get your guy in Jaden Daniels, and I mean, it's really exciting to see what they can build, what they can do in the playoffs, and what they can do to supplement the talent that they have moving forward. Just a very exciting time to be a Washington fan.
A very exciting time indeed. So there you have it. Yeah, Commanders win 23-19. I didn't really have any of the final thoughts or takes.
Yeah, thank you all for watching the Gridiron Glory throughout the regular season, and please continue to follow our content into the playoffs as we bring you Super Wild Card Weekend content and beyond. And for Dallas fans, since your team will not be in the playoffs, thanks to Jerry Jones, you can catch us next season. Thanks for watching.